Hello, my freaky darlings. Welcome back. This week, I'm having a look at the American serial killer, Velma Barfield, who was the first woman to be executed by lethal injection. Velma was born in rural South Carolina, but was raised near Fayetteville, North Carolina. Her father was, by all accounts, physically abusive, and her mother, Lillian, did absolutely nothing to stop it. She escaped by marrying Thomas Burke in 1949. The couple had 2 children and were apparently happy until Velma had a hysterectomy and developed back pain. This apparently then led to behavioral change and an eventual drug addiction. Thomas began to drink, and Velma's complaints turned into bitter arguments. As with most marriages, I'm sure. Yeah. Which is why so many ended in divorce. On April 4th, 1969, after Thomas had passed out, Velma and the children left the house, and when they got back, they found that the house had burned down and Thomas was dead. Now, is it just me, or is that just a smidge convenient? Did Velma decide that homicide was just a faster, more convenient way to go than divorce? Anyway, in 1970, Velma married a widower, Jennings Barfield. Less than a year after their marriage, Jennings died on March 22nd, 1971, from heart complications. Once again, it's just a smidge convenient, isn't it? So, in 1974, Lillian Bullard, Jennings' mother, showed symptoms of intense diarrhea, vomiting, and nausea, only to fully recover a few days later. Then later that year, during the Christmas season, Lillian fell ill again with the same symptoms, but died in the hospital a few hours after being admitted on December 30th, 1974. Gee, I wonder what happened to Mommy-in-law. Convenient, isn't it? So, in 1975, Velma was convicted of 7 counts of writing bad checks and sentenced to 6 months in prison. But she was released after only serving 3 months. In 1976, Velma began caring for the elderly, working for Montgomery and Dolly Edwards in Lumberton, North Carolina. Montgomery fell ill and died on the 29th of January 1977. Just over a month after the death of her husband, Dolly experienced symptoms identical to those of Lillian, the dead mommy-in-law, and died on March 1st. Velma later confessed to the murder of Dolly Edwards. The following year, Velma took another caretaker job, this time for 76-year-old Record Lee, who had broken her leg. On June 4th, 1977, Record's husband, John Henry, began experiencing racking pains in his stomach and chest, along with vomiting and diarrhea. He died soon afterwards. Velma later confessed to his murder. Another victim was Roland Stewart Taylor, Velma's boyfriend and a relative of Dolly Edwards. Worried that he had discovered she had been forging checks on his account, Velma mixed arsenic-based rat poison into his beer and tea. Roland died on February 3rd, 1978, while she was trying to nurse him back to health. Okay, so an autopsy found arsenic in his system. After her arrest, the body of Jennings Barfield, Velma's second husband, was exhumed and found to have traces of arsenic. Velma denied killing him. Of course she did. Although she subsequently confessed to the murders of Lillian, Dolly Edwards, and John Henry Lee. She was only tried and convicted for the murder of Roland Stewart Taylor. Velma was imprisoned at Central Prison in Raleigh, North Carolina, in an area for escape-prone and mentally ill prisoners, as there wasn't a designated area for women under death sentences at the time, and she was the state's only female death row inmate. A death row unit for female inmates in North Carolina was subsequently established at the North Carolina Correctional Institute for Women. I wonder if it's because of her. Anyway, During his stay on death row, Velma became a devout Christian. Her last few years were spent ministering to prisoners, for which she received praise from Billy Graham. Velma's involvement in Christian ministry was extensive enough that an effort was made to obtain a commutation to life imprisonment. Yeah, once again, convenient. I mean, you gotta give the woman props for trying. I mean, yeah. So, a second basis for the appeal was the testimony of Dorothy Otnell Lewis, professor of psychiatry at New York University School of Medicine and an authority on violent behavior, who claimed that Velma suffered from dissociative identity disorder. The professor testified that she had spoken to Velma's other personality, Billy, who told her that Velma had been a victim of sexual abuse and that he, Billy, had killed her abusers. The judge was unconvinced. The judge isn't the only one. One of them did it, the judge was quoted to say. I don't care which one. My kind of judge. No bullshit. And I have to completely agree with him. After Velma's appeal was denied in federal court, she instructed her attorneys to abandon further appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. She released a statement before the execution. I know that everybody has gone through a lot of pain. All the families connected and I am sorry. And I want to thank everybody who has been supporting me all these 6 years. Velma's last meal was cheese doodles and Coca-Cola. What kind of fucked up last meal is that? Like, you can have anything. But she has cheese doodles and Coke. Anyway, Velma was executed on the 2nd of November 1984 at Central Prison and was buried in a small rural North Carolina cemetery near her husband, Thomas Burke. So that's the first one. I have to wonder what sort of ghostly reunion that would have been. I mean, she burnt him to a crisp and now she's very close to him. If I were Thomas, yeah, that would, I would have a few things to say to her. Anyway, that's it for this week. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with people who are also fascinated by some weird shit like serial killers, mythical creatures, ghosts, urban legends, and things that go bump in the night. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and if someone else prepares all your meals and you suspect that they might be pilfering funds out of your account, and you start shitting your guts out, maybe head to the nearest hospital just to be safe. You never know. Okay, bye.